Hello, everyone. Will Gasper again, coming to you from Cadillac, Michigan, Hospice of Michigan Grief Support Services. So this is a recap from Tuesday evening's Men Overcoming Loss that we had. There were 11 gentlemen present, and we were kind of recapping and recalling some feelings and some things that the guys heard back in July when Wes and David presented the anger iceberg, followed by the gratitude iceberg. So the first part of our session dealt with their continued thoughts or their ponderings about the anger iceberg. And one gentleman felt anger about feeling abandoned. And that was because he was, first of all, fresh to the group. He had not lost his wife to death, but lost his wife to divorce. After quite some time, his wife decided that she was going to leave the relationship. And of course, that's a whole different feeling than perhaps having a spouse pass away. But some of the other men could identify that with that, even though their experiences were somewhat different because their spouses had passed away. And then several other men went on to say that some of the grief triggers they've experienced lately have been music, maybe memories, and they brought about the feelings of sadness. Even though as passing as it was still was a huge feeling of sadness and perhaps a little bit of loneliness mixed in there too. And so we moved on because that was quite a short discussion about the anger iceberg. We moved on to the gratitude iceberg, filling in from the list of 50 feelings named by in a document that Wes and David came up with back in July. And several of the men pitched in and said that music, their favorite music, and that basically they shared with their wives, was a great comfort. They were very, very happy that they had the music in their lives so that they could go back and revisit those happier times. Another gentleman said he loved looking at pictures because they brought back memories of what their time with their wives were and recalling the remaining family they have, the support they have with children, grandchildren, perhaps a mom or a dad that still may be living. Another man said he's very thankful for his health. He's very thankful for support from his employer, who gave him lots of space, lots of grace during the time that he had to take care of his wife. Another man said he was very, very thankful for his understanding and supportive friends. Another man said he was very thankful for his dog because in the 9 weeks or so that his wife has died, that dog also mourned. And so they basically comforted each other. And I'm not going to go into detail about how he knew that dog was mourning, but it was pretty obvious to him his dog was mourning. Another man said he was very thankful for weekends because weekends gave him an opportunity to go out of the house because he was still working and go and do the things he wanted to do and not be kind of surrounded by the confines of a work environment. Another man thought about how thankful he was that he spent 40 some years with his spouse, and all the experiences, all the vacations, the good times, the up and down times as well, because they were always in a relationship. There's up and down times. Another gentleman said he was thankful for his children and his grandchildren, and they were there. They have been there, and that's given him a lot of comfort and a lot of hope for the future. Another gentleman said he was very thankful for grief support groups like our Hospice of Michigan, Men Overcoming Loss, because it gave him, or has given him, an outlet to know that he is not alone. And I myself, as I know Wes and David and Matt and Ron, we all are thankful for everyone that either joins us live twice a month, or for you who are not able to do that, but come back to HOM.org and view the latest video that we are posting. Another man said he really values his spirituality, very, very thankful for his spirituality. And then he went on to define the difference between having religion or becoming or demonstrating religious activities as compared to being spiritual and acting in a spiritual way and having spirituality. Very, very big difference. And he said it really gave him a whole perspective of his particular denomination when his wife talked about how loving God, because he was brought up in the fire and brimstone church that was viewed God as a hitman that was ready to mow you down as soon as you did something wrong. And he was very thankful that his wife of over 30 years actually gave him hope and support and knowledge that it was going to be okay, that they were going to meet again after his death in the spiritual home that most Christians call heaven. Another man commented that grief is a known acquaintance. And for him, he said the fear of moving on and facing a new normal is still scary at this point. So at least with the feeling of grief and all the emotions that comes with it in his early journey of grief, he's comfortable knowing how it works, how it acts, and how it makes him feel. But he's just a little afraid of moving forward at this point. And that's okay, because at some point, he, as well as any of you who are also experiencing that fear of moving forward, will have the confidence and the knowledge and the feeling that it's okay to move forward and take that next step. Another man really talked about his spiritual connection with his wife. It's even stronger in his heart, he said, knowing that she is no longer in pain, no longer suffering. And sure, he misses her, but his love for her right now is stronger than any part of their lives together before her death. And I thought that was a profound and very courageous and brave statement to make, And I was very thankful that he's feeling that way, because again, that is a major hurdle to go into that type of mode of thinking and feeling. He also said he was more mindful of the difference that his wife made in his life and of many lives that surrounded her throughout her lifetime. And he's just very thankful and very grateful for all those people that have come and told him stories about how much of an impact she made on their lives. And he was so very thankful for that. And the meeting ended, or the video Zoom ended, with the fact that men were very, very hopeful that as they continue their journey, they will be able to find more and more things to be thankful for. The sun coming up and a sunny day, going to the lake and sitting on the bank of a river, just going to a very peaceful place. And everyone has their own, of course, but they're very, very thankful and very hopeful that those places, those thoughts of peace and gratefulness last and build on, build up each and every day as they go on in life. So, gentlemen, and anyone else, ladies, if you tuned into this video, we'll all be back except Wes, who's actually having an addition born into his family. So he's on family medical leave to support his wife and his 2 or 3-year-old son, who will now be welcoming home very soon a little baby brother or a little baby sister, as we were not told of the sex of the child about to be born. So that will be August 17th at 6 p.m. If there's any questions, if there's any concerns, give myself, W. Gasper at HOM.org an email, or perhaps David Keller, that'd be DKELLER at HOM.org. So, folks, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.